Oh my God, I'm going to do an homage to John Oliver. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Bitter Knitters podcast. I just thought of that. I love John Oliver. I miss him. It is January the 9th, 2019. Like, can you believe it? We're in 2019.
Yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit. Now that you're closer to death, fuck it all.
I'm trying not to die, Arthur. I'm like taking medicine and trying to be healthy and shit.
Fuck it all to death.
I just ate my steak and mashed potatoes. So, yeah, welcome to a new year. You were just talking about your trip to Ireland for New Year's Eve, and
it was interesting.
Yeah, interesting takes. Some different things I'd never heard about Ireland were a little shocking to me, but
not Ireland. Ireland itself is just like the postcards describe. Dublin was probably one of the dirtiest fucking places I've ever been to. That's like literally, it was gross. I've seen heroin addiction my entire life, but I have never once seen that many people banging fucking heroin in public on the streets.
Just doing it like out in the open, wearing their work uniforms.
Did not give a flying fuck. Yeah, it was pretty gross.
You expect that like on the streets of Calcutta and stuff, you know, or
like West Side Vancouver.
Yeah,
but like, you know what I mean. But it was jarring. Like it was
like a huge tourist town like that too. Like when you know that's that was shocking to me too. When you were saying
fucking, it was like the second last night there, or was it maybe the last night? There was literally a group of about 30 fucking kids, and I mean kids like between 8 and fucking 13, drunk as fuck, jumping tourists, smashing up storefronts and shit.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was not the fucking
little hoodlums.
Yeah, Dublin was not. It was not my favorite place. Like that's for sure.
Okay, interesting. Arthur got deathly ill in the airport. He's on cough syrup, so I mean, we may get some really juicy secrets out of him. We'll find out. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm definitely fucking flying high on cough syrup right now. It's a bad scene here.
Was it Kevin Spencer? You're like,
yes, it was Kevin Spencer. Exactly.
You know, I will say this. I love cherry flavor cough syrup. Like, if it couldn't kill me or make me really passed out, I would drink that shit. I'd get the Flaming Homer. Remember the Flaming Homer?
Yeah.
Like, I loved it. When I used to babysit, I would go into the people's medicine cabinets and take a swig of the cough syrup, not to get high, but just because it tasted so good. I loved it.
See, for me, it's Buckley's. I fucking love that shit.
Oh, isn't it like awful tasting?
No, I mean, if you're a vagina, sure, but I mean, I can't get enough of it. Like, I seriously love this shit. It's a problem, and I'm glad that like I'm an adult and I know my fucking cutoff. But
admitting your problem is the first step, Arthur.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, like I'm feeling pretty good and feeling like shit at the same time.
Just gonna like go to sleep immediately after this show.
I will like to take this time though to regale you with one travel story.
Oh yes, let's hear it.
All right, so first off, fuck America. I will never step foot in your worthless fucking country again. Fuck every single one of you. I have never been made to feel more like a fucking criminal in my life.
Why? What happened?
This motherfucking border fucking officer, this piece of shit.
Did you drive there to get the plane?
No. So if we flew from fucking Toronto to Dublin straight, it would have cost $400 extra a person. So with a layover in Boston, you know, that's $400. Okay. Now, the way there was fine. I got into it with one border officer because, you know, you have to take your shoes and your belt off, and then you go through the machine, right? So I'm standing there in the machine, and my pants are falling down. But he's like, hey, can you pull your pants up? I'm like, you told me to take my fucking belt off. My belt has a purpose. So I'm surprised I didn't get pulled in the secondary for that.
Yeah,
anyway,
for real.
On the way fucking through Dublin, going to Boston, this piece of shit fucking border officer is literally fucking giving me the third degree. Are you a criminal? Do you have a criminal record? Are you sure? And I'm like, no, buddy, I just look this fucking way.
My name, asshole.
Right? So he starts looking at me, and it's like, man, do you not understand how a fucking passport works? Like, if I'm a criminal, I can't leave my fucking country.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, like, I've never, ever in my life been so fucking disrespected just because of how I fucking look. I get it. I'm a bearded fucking white guy fucking going to the States through Europe. That's exactly what it is. But, like, I'm sorry. How are you going to give me shit over a problem you fucking caused?
Yeah.
Maybe if you weren't such a bunch of fucking assholes, you wouldn't have to be fucking worried about bearded men coming into your fucking country. Like, suck my fucking dick.
Yeah.
Like, all I want to do is punch this guy in the fucking face bad.
Like, do they still stamp passports? Like,
Yeah.
you've been to Germany, been to
Yeah.
UK. Like, it's not like, you know, you went to one place and bombed somebody and then never returned.
Like, you didn't see fucking Tehran in my fucking passport, you
go to
stupid
Turkey
fuck.
to sneak into Syria. Like, come on.
I've never been so disrespected in my life.
Say, like, when we went, I don't have a lot of experience at the border. When I went into the US, the Canadian guys were, you know, they were nice and, you know, when we're coming back, the Canadian guys were very nice and they asked questions and, you know, they said to the kids, did you buy something without telling mom and dad and that sort of stuff. That was it. And they were fine. And afterward, we went in to pay the duty and they were, you know, they were joking and standing and talking to us. They were really nice. Coming into America from Canada, the guy was so weird. And we were nervous because we've never passed the border like that. So he's like, where are you from? To Scott. And Scott's like, I'm from Toronto. He's like, well, what about the rest of you? When I asked you, you should answer. And Scott's like, well, you said me.
Yeah, right?
And Scott got nervous. So then he started to fucking get tongue-tied.
Yeah.
And like the guy was just like being such a prick. Logan's sitting in the back with his fucking Burger King crayon on. And like, that guy just like, it's just like, you know, stroking his own dick just because he could.
I had a fucking machine gun pulled on me in Germany, and I still never felt as disrespected as I did by that stupid fucking American Border Patrol guy. You know what I mean? Like, I get you're doing your job, and I understand, like, and I respect the fact that you're there during your government shutdown and you're not getting paid. Like, bravo, buddy. Yeah. But like, what the fuck, man? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, I was so fucking mad, and I'm lucky that I didn't get pulled in the secondary. But I mean, like I said to Liz, what's the worst they can do? Fucking deport me?
Yes, please send me home to my country.
You know what I mean? Like, please get me
the
fuck out of
America,
here.
Where you never want to go again.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, how long you plan on staying in my country? I don't even want to fucking be there. Like, I don't even want to fucking go there. I want to make a joke about going through as fast as a bomb through a marathon, but I figured that was a little insensitive.
You'd be in Gitmo right now.
Piece of fucking shit. I'm still so fucking mad. I'm so mad.
You know, I will say this. Scott watches live PD like every weekend. And I can't believe, like, I mean, I don't know, maybe just because I'm the kind of person that does not break the rules and I've not really dealt with police interaction much other than like, you know, like as a witness or things like that where I've never been in trouble. I said the way that people talk to the police, I'm like, you're gonna get shot.
See, I'm the same way. I really am. Like, you know, I'll give you all the respect in the world, you know what I mean? But the moment you start disrespecting me, like, then it's game on.
No, but even like when the police are just like, hey, what are you doing tonight? And they're like, what? And they go and I'm like, what the hell?
You know, like,
I can't believe it. I'm like stunned every time I watch it. I'm like, that's the cops. Right. Like, I'm just like, you know, never. I would never. Like, if the cop pulled me over, I would be crying. Officer, what did I do? Like, I would cry. I know I would cry.
But I just get a kick out of the fact that, you know, they look at me, I start chirping them. I'm like, well, aren't you Canadian? I thought you were supposed to be nice. Well, I am nice until you treat me like a piece of shit.
Yeah, but we're not a doormat. Just like our,
I mean?
You know, like, our prime minister said, we're nice, but we will not be, you know, made to be doormat.
But yeah, I was not happy about that. I was not happy about that at all.
There's not really any recourse to complain, is there?
No, there's nothing you can do. Like, there's literally nothing you can do. Those guys operate outside of the law. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I could have been detained for fucking 3 weeks in fucking Ireland by that asshole if he fucking felt so inclined. Luckily enough, Liz was there to, you know, kind of keep me and my mouth shut because I was not fucking happy. Like, sorry, I'm not a terrorist, buddy. I don't believe in Christianity. You know what I mean? Like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, when was the last time there was the atheist terrorist?
You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here.
Let's go on. I just want to give a little update because I just thought this is a funny story I read just before the show started. A survey, I don't know who did the survey. Somebody in Canada did it and wasted money, paper, resources, internet, data. I don't know. But complete waste of money. So they polled some Canadians. I don't have how many, but, you know, polled some Canadians since the legalization of marijuana here and found out that after, you know, Canadians imbibe, they like to eat munchies and have sex and watch TV. Like, are you seriously? You wasted time? Like, I could have told you that just from knowing people through the years.
Oh, no. Newsflash. People get high and do regular people things. Oh, my God. Holy fuck, man. We got to front page news this shit. Like, fuck's sakes.
Like, what a waste of freaking stupidness.
Why are people so dumb about marijuana use? Like, it's not fucking LSD. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
And then I did see another story coming out of Colorado. I didn't save it, but we can just quickly chat about it. Now, it's not on the ballot yet, but there's a group of people in Colorado. I want to say Boulder or Denver, one of the two big cities. And they're trying to get on the ballot. So in the next election that comes, I guess this year, that to decriminalize magic mushrooms. So not to make them legal. You can't smell them. You can't be caught with, you can't grow them or anything, you know. But if you get caught with a few, you're not going to get arrested or get a charge. Which, you know, I think is reasonable. But it's, you know, right now it's classed at the same level narcotic as heroin or cocaine. So.
Yeah, but so is marijuana in most states. So, you know what I mean? That's a fucking joke anyway. No, psilocybin, I think, is a good one to have. It has some medicinal fucking uses. So
I saw, and I thought I read an article how they're using, some people are using mushrooms for like PTSD.
Yeah, PTSD and people with chronic migraines.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, like, not just like, oh, my head hurts. I mean those, like,
I know
want to blow your fucking
get, like,
brains out
in their heads, and they're like completely paralyzed from their migraine.
Yeah, no, to help with that kind of stuff. But since it is a hallucinogen, people are still, you know, it's hippie shit. Right? Of course. I mean, mushrooms, it's fucking weird. Like, as much fun as I have when I take them, I hate fucking being on it.
I'd be scared to do anything that would be hallucinatory. I just always remember the story. Of course, they all come back to the 80s and my dad telling me the story about the guy who did marijuana. Yeah. And there was I want to say it was PCP or acid, probably acid in it. And he thought he was Superman and jumped out a window. So that, of course, scared me from drugs for many, many decades. And I honestly would never do a hallucinogen on purpose. Like,
it's always those wives' tales, though. Like, it's all like, show me any kind of evidence that actually happened. You know, I've taken hallucinogens. I've taken a bunch of them. I've never once had any fucking horrible shit like that. I've never even heard of anybody that I know that takes that shit that's never experienced something like that.
Black Mirror on Netflix, their new episode where they had the choose your own adventure, and they took LSD and the guy jumped off a balcony because he said it was going to reset, even though it did kind of reset because it was choose your own adventure. But still.
I mean, you probably should have said spoiler alert there because I haven't seen that. So thank you.
Oh, don't worry. That's just one of many, many options.
But yeah, no, it's the same as the reefer madness shit. Like, people just fucking say these old stories with no fucking proof just to scare their kids, and then their kids end up going out and trying it, going, this isn't that bad. I wonder if they fucking lied to me about heroin, and then they're on the streets of Dublin fucking nodding out, throwing up all over them fucking selves. Like,
I guess
I'm telling you, the worst fucking thing my parents ever did was tell me that drugs are bad and they'll ruin your life. Because then when I finally did drugs, I was like, this isn't that fucking bad. I start doing way more fucking drugs.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
That's the thing. And I tried, as a parent, I never try to make my kids afraid of something. I think they have to be aware of things. So, like, especially in my husband's family has a history of mental illness. I'm like, you know, you guys have to be careful because, you know, heavy marijuana use or drug use can, like, make you go into a psychotic break. So
absolutely.
So I do warn them, but I'm like, my kids are teenagers and they're living in Canada. You think that they haven't tried marijuana? Right. You're stupid.
Right.
I'd be stupid. I'd be a fool to believe that. So, let's go on to the next story. I wish you weren't stoned on cough syrup because I think this would make you furious. And I think it would give us such a good, you know. We've got a woman from Salt Lake City. Her name is Chloe Jennings White. She's 61 years old. Now this must be from Britain because they call her a chemist. So I would assume a pharmacist. She identifies as transabled. She lives her life in a wheelchair with braces on her legs to make her feel like she's more disabled.
I mean, bitch, I'll take a fucking sledgehammer to your knees. I'll make you fucking disabled.
You know, like, how horrible and disrespectful to people who, you know, they're working hard to get out of their wheelchairs and get onto their legs and get onto their feet. And you want all the, I don't want to say perks because it's not a perk. No, it's not all the attention and all the, you know, maybe the few good things that come from being disabled, like a better parking spot and some attention.
Well, it's the attention and it's the right to claim victimhood, right? Which is all people want right now, because the more of a victim you are, the higher you are up in the fucking social hierarchy for some stupid fucking reason.
Yeah. Now she did contact a doctor to try to get an operation to become paralyzed from the neck down, and the doctor was like, "Are you fucking crazy?" Yeah, of course, because that's obviously unethical, and
that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, and I said this, the trans movement, as fucking needed and as correct as it is, and you know what I mean, like you're not going to argue anything against it, at least to me, that it's not. It was going to be used for this stupid type of shit. And look, you know what I mean? I hate being one of those fucking like atypical conservatives. It's like, see, I told you, the bad stuff's coming, but like, it's no different than the fucking.
We need middle place conservatives like you and liberals like me to shine a light on this thing and say, this is not right. We cannot support this kind of behavior. Look, if you want to feel like you're disabled, then jump off a cliff and hopefully you'll become disabled. Like, don't try to steal resources from actually people that are living their lives this way. There's a woman who walks around with a cane and her eyes closed. Like, F you, bitch.
Yeah, like how is that not disrespectful?
We should be allowed to beat these people up. And I don't abhor violence. I don't condone violence. But no, this is wrong. If I saw you, I would cuss you out if I didn't fight you.
It's like the whole trans ageism fucking thing to justify your fucking pedophilia. Like, how can people in the trans community, and I mean actual fucking transgendered individuals, allow this shit, allow their struggle to be fucking shoehorned by a bunch of fucking people with literal mental fucking illnesses?
That group needs to come out and be like, no, you're not saying that this is okay.
Right?
We need to stand up and say, look, we're transgendered and that's cool. And, we're still fighting for our rights. And how dare you try to come in here and fuck up and muddy the waters, Like, it's insane to me. It's nuts. But if you fucking talk out against it to certain fucking progressives, now you're just a bigot. No.
When I shouldn't be considered a bigot for fucking believing what I do on this fucking particular subject, because that is nonsense. It makes literally no sense. I do understand that throughout throughout history, there have always been transgendered people. They used to be just known as like inverts, right? I know that. That's a fact. You can't deny that. But this shit's like this shit. No, this is a new phenomenon. This is just, again, fucking mentally ill people that have latched onto a fucking movement that has nothing to do with them because they want to feel special. And it's like so many people. I don't know if it's just because we are such a global world now and everybody's online and nobody stands out, or you don't get, nobody swipes right on your Tinder profile or whatever the swipe is. I don't know, swipe left, swipe right. Whatever it is.
Everybody's looking for something to make them special. And it's like, this is the, no, bitch, this is not making you special. This is making me hate you.
I mean, I understand the striving for individuality. I mean, fuck, you knew me during my teens and preteen years. Look at all the stupid shit I did to stand out from the crowd. But I would never, ever fucking pull some shit like that. You know what I mean? Where I'm just going to try to force myself into someone's fucking...
Can I ask you a question? How is this okay? Right? Like, to me, this should be against the law.
Oh, yeah, it's not right.
But somebody who says they have cancer and collects money...
Yeah.
That's fraud. This to me is fraud.
Yeah, that's fraud. And you're absolutely correct. Because I don't doubt that this lady is going to eventually try to collect disability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
gonna try to get some freebies.
Yeah.
Oh, you're having lunch here? Oh, or like maybe some tickets at a hockey game. You know how like a lot of times if you're disabled or you have a syndrome or you have something wrong with your disorder, you can get like freebies, not necessarily perks at a baseball or a hockey game, better seats, you get to meet a player. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure she's trying to milk this for what it's worth.
Oh, fuck.
And there's like genuinely disabled or people that are trying to live their lives while living through some possibly horrible thing. Maybe it's fine. Maybe they're fine with being disabled. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, why shouldn't they get to meet Matt Sundin? Why should she get to meet Matt Sundin? Because she's lying, bitch. No.
I mean, in all honesty, that chick should just be fucking locked away. Like, we need to bring back asylums.
Do you know what? I'm kind of betting on that because it's like some people kind of need to be in them.
Yeah, we need to bring back asylums. There needs to be punishment for people doing this stupid type of shit. You know what I mean? Now I understand like asylums, they definitely don't have the
and I'm not saying every single person got bipolar or put a lesbian girl in there till she becomes right? Obviously not that. But there are some people that are seriously ill.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, anybody who thinks they're trans-abled is seriously ill.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not supposed to say the word, but you're retarded. Like, no offense, but whatever. Like, I don't even care. I don't even care.
What do you call that? Electroshocks to the skull, and maybe she'll fix her.
Like, this is what I mean about this whole progress, but for progress sake shit, is you're gonna get fucking crazy people just running with it and pulling their crazy shit. And if I'm supposed to follow the rules of like the modern world where I can't deny somebody's trans whatever it is, then you know what I mean? Like, then I'm expected to just allow this type of behavior.
As much as you want to say how like repressed and regressive certain societies were, like just take the Pilgrims, for instance.
Yeah.
At least, you know, I mean, when they tried to pull crazy shit like this, they started burning witches and stuff, right?
I kind of feel like that's where we're going, though. Like, it's messed up, but like, fuck. There's no end in sight. And all they wanted
to do was dance naked in the woods.
Right? Yeah, seriously. But there's literally no end in sight. Like, this shit's just going to keep popping up, and it's going to get more ludicrous and more ludicrous. Yeah. And I hate saying, like, us regular people, but, like, us fucking people that don't belong to one of these small minorities of people are going to get fucking fed up with this shit.
Yeah.
And bad stuff's going to happen. Now, I'm not saying that I'm willing.
That dominoes into, you know, people that are maybe have legitimate issues or you know things. That's the problem, is it dominoes into that. So like, oh, trans-abled, that's not a real thing, and now transgendered's not a real thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of my beef with this level of thinking, is because now with this shit, you have exactly that. You have people that are just against transgendered just for the fact that they don't understand it, who will use this as a, well, see, they're all fucked, they're all degenerates, they're all like,
exactly.
And to me, that's the biggest affront to the whole fucking thing. You know, and it's why I say that people in the trans community, like actual transgendered individuals, you guys have to stand up, and you can't fucking stand for this shit.
I hope that people in Chloe Jennings White's life are watching her, people that know her, and are, even if they just are acquaintances or Facebook friends, please watch her. And if she does anything illegal with that or fraudulent with that trans-ableness, please report her to the police or to the authorities, because like, let's not let her get away with this.
Like, it's just so dumb. And you know, I've laughed at some of the stupid shit like that. I guess we'll call them the alt-right, because that's just kind of the blanket statement that's used for, you know, internet trolls. You know, I've laughed at the, you know, well, I'm trans species and I identify as an attack helicopter. Like, that shit's funny to me. You know what I mean? Because they're making fun of the absurdity of this type of shit. But then you look, and now you have people that are actually fucking like, no, I literally am a fucking Abrams A1 fucking tank, motherfucker. Well, you can't tell me different.
The German lady who wears the really black makeup.
Oh yeah.
Like she's transraced.
Transracial.
Yep. Whatever the hell she is. You know, and I mean, people look at that and they look at it kind of, I mean, a lot of people will laugh. I look at her kind of sad.
Oh, same.
Like she's, you know, she's like a Rachel Dolezal, but she's like way worse.
And you know? She's ill. You know, and like, that's it. Like, you have me sitting here because of the absurdity of this shit, laughing at people that are literally fucking ill.
Yeah.
Because I have no other course of action. I'm not allowed to speak out about it. You know what I mean? Like, and this isn't on no religious standpoint. I don't give a fuck about your religious grounds or nothing like that. This is just from a fucking sane human being looking at a crazy fucking person going, well, you need help, but I can't see like that you need help.
Cry for attention,
you know what I mean?
And help, and nobody's helping. We're encouraging them and enabling them.
It's sad. It's fucking sad.
Oh my God, we're trans enablers.
Yeah, seriously. It's the fucking truth, and there's no other way of looking at it. But what can you do? Like, there's you know, even me and you here talking about it, luckily enough our audience is small enough that we won't have to face no fucking backlash.
Well, but you know, it's true, but I stand by what I say here. I'm not saying it in a place of hate. And look, we personally know trans people. We know and love them, and even the ones I don't know, the ones I see on TV, I support them. And
fucking right.
You know, but no, I will not support you with your trans-abled. No,
I've never once said anything negative
trans unicorn, trans dragon, trans zebrafish. No.
I don't. I won't agree with it. I'll never agree with it. If it makes me a fucking bigot, then so fucking be it. You know what I mean? Then so fucking be it. If it makes me a fucking Nazi, well, I don't give a shit, because everyone's a fucking Nazi. You know, like I don't give a shit.
You're a Nazi to somebody because you don't agree with them.
Right.
Well, let's talk about. Uh-oh, the doctor's office calling for my son. He ain't home. Let's talk about this next story. So this is the story about a TV meteorologist. He was on an NBC affiliate, and I don't remember. I want to say in like Pennsylvania, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
So on Friday he was talking and he was, doing his thing. You know how they all talk really fast. And he tried to say Martin Luther King Jr. Park. He claims what happened was he was talking too quickly and he jumbled up Luther and King.
Yeah.
And ended up saying the word coon in the middle of that. Nothing was said at the time. Of course, people were very upset and angry and contacted them and shamed them. Sunday night, the affiliate announced that he'd been fired. He was on the Today Show today, and he's saying, look, I didn't mean it. I didn't say it. You guys didn't give me a chance to apologize. He did apologize with his wife there. And he's just like it's not even, he didn't even like say a word. It was like a sound and, I kind of feel for him because I don't think anybody, even a raging racist, is going to try to ruin their job by flipping in a racist word there.
Right? No, that's unfortunate, but it's still pretty funny.
Yeah, well, it's bad. And I mean, the mayor, it's Rochester. There it is. The mayor of Rochester, Lovely Warren, who was black, according to the article. I didn't say that. Said the station waited too long, took nearly 2 days to apologize, and they only did some after they were shamed publicly by backlash on social media. But Al Roker and another guy from the Today Show, I can't remember what his name is, they both kind of said that, when you're on TV and you're speaking, you flub.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And, and neither of them seemed to think that it was intentional and that he should have a chance. And then the girl hosting the story on the Today Show, she said she researched it. And there was 4 other people who had made the exact same mistake with Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
And 2 of them were not fired. They publicly apologized. And I don't know what happened with the other ones. But, it wasn't intentional, people.
Oh, of course not. I mean,
and it's one of those whole, we're too busy clutching our pearls to see the truth.
In today's outrage culture, you have no fucking, you have no recourse. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that it happened to this man, and it does suck. I mean, Fox News, I'm sure will give him a job.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I'm like, because they're like trying to, people are making a petition to help him get a job, and I'm like, it's going to be Fox News, and that's going to make me upset because he does seem like a nice enough guy.
But again, like you can't flub nowadays because with how fucking chronically fucking offended everybody is, you're fucking screwed.
That's the problem, and we've said it a million times. While we're so busy being offended, you've got your whole freaking country is shut down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's bigger fish to fry, and this guy making a slip. And of course, people are then saying, "Oh, well, he slipped because he's so used to saying it when he's with his buddies." You don't know that.
Yeah, I fucking hate that narrative. Like oh god damn. I gotta calm down because again, I'm a little fucking fucked up right now, and I don't want to fucking say anything stupid.
But yeah, come on.
So tired of this fucking thought of, well, you're white, so you're racist, and all your fucking friends are racist, and anything you say is fucking racist. Go fuck yourself. If that's literally how you think, do the world a favor, buy a length of rope, go fucking hang yourself from a goddamn bridge.
Go to an island, go somewhere else where it's just you and your happy little life. Like honestly, and that it kind of bothers me too as a white person, and I'm not going to say that there's not reasons why a lot of people would presume white people are racist. I mean, you've seen it through all of history, but we're in a different time. I'm not from 100 years ago. I don't judge you based on your color or your religion or anything like that. I mean, actually, I might. Not that I'm judging you because you have a certain religion, but just because you have a religion at all.
Yeah.
But I'll still accept you and I'll take you for what I see at face value. And that's what I always do. And, if there's people I hate, it's because they're assholes and not because of whatever color or race or gender they are. I don't care about
I'm just so over it. I'm just so over this shit. Like, how the fuck is it correct for somebody to look at me and be like, well, you're white, so you're automatically racist. And I can't be like, okay, well, you're this, so you're automatically this. Go fuck yourself.
There's no way, especially with somebody you don't know. Like, at least the people that know you. I work with many peoples of different races and religions, and I would hope that they would say Jacqueline's not a racist, because I really don't believe that I am, and I would never want to be one. And I know you're not, Arthur. I know you, but how do you defend yourself when somebody calls you a racist if you don't know them? You know? Oh, well, that's what a racist would say. I'm not racist.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I mean, I just don't give a shit. Like, the term racist has no fucking meaning to me anymore. None. Like, none whatsoever. Solely because of these fucking assholes that decided to use a different definition of racism to fucking confirm their goddamn bullshit. Especially these stupid fucking white people that feel so fucking guilty for shit that they had nothing to fucking do with. Yeah. I'm so sick of it. I'm so fucking sick of it.
And that's the thing. Like, you know, like, I didn't colonize anywhere. I didn't enslave anybody. Not to say that I don't feel bad that that happened and that it's atrocious.
I don't.
Right?
I literally don't.
I say that's awful. You know, whatever happened in India, whatever happened to the Africans, whatever happened to the Filipinos, whatever happened
to nature. I mean, we're just fucking parasites feeding off a host. And guess what? The stronger fucking parasites are going to beat up on the weaker fucking parasites to take whatever the fuck they want. That's nature. Fucking explain it to me in a different sense. I mean, I understand that we have the power of logic and we have the power of empathy, and that's what you're feeling right now is the empathy, right? And it is. It's a shitty fucking visual. I don't like fucking seeing that stuff. Like, I've toured fucking horrendous fucking places in my time away from Canada, and it does make you feel bad. But when somebody comes at me with this, well, you're fucking inherently this because of fucking... No, fuck you. Fuck you. Like, I don't give two fucking shits that some asshole that looked like me fucking did some bullshit to someone that looked like you fucking 1,000 years ago. That's not on my fucking case. Did I fucking break in your home and steal your shit? No, suck my fucking dick then. Like, I can't fucking stand it. Like, it makes me so mad.
Well, and that's the problem. Because, you know, and it's hard for us to say, oh, you know, let's get over it.
Right.
Right. And I'm not saying you should get over it, whatever, deal with it how you need to deal with it, but don't enwrap people that have nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not still trying to say, let's go back to, you know, Southern pride and slave days. I would never say that.
You know, and
so, I don't think that I'm trying to say that. Don't, you know, like, you hate to say, don't paint everybody with the same brush. That's it. Don't paint us with the same brush. I won't judge you. Please don't judge me.
But that's A-okay, though. We've allowed that to be A-okay, which is the stupidest fucking thing I think we've done. And I guarantee you, it's the biggest reason why we're in this political and fucking social fucking bullshit that we're in right now, is because we started to allow people to paint everybody with the same brush. And then you have people defending that shit, which only emboldens these fucking assholes even further. You know, I just, I get so goddamn mad at this. I really do. Because, again, unless you've seen me doing it, unless you have me on fucking tape or some other shit doing something that's inherently racist, like, fucking blow me. Like, I literally don't care. I don't care about your fucking feelings. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, I don't care.
Find something. If you want to say I'm a racist, then at least prove it. Have a piece of proof, and then maybe I can be like, oh, maybe I did. Like, maybe I did. Maybe I said. Maybe I did.
Yeah, you got me on camera standing in front of a fucking swastika, is what it is. You can't fucking deny that one.
Lady today yelling, she was mad, and she was complaining about another cashier who was just doing her job, in all honesty. And she mentioned something that happened previously, and she said that that lady had seen a Jamaican guy with his sunglasses on and complained that he was making her feel uncomfortable. And the cashier was like, no, he sat there for an hour on the bench and he stared at me with his glasses on. And I did feel uncomfortable. I'm like, you have a right to feel uncomfortable if someone's staring at you. And she didn't care if he was Jamaican. She just didn't like someone staring at her. I would, if it was 2 minutes of any colored person staring at me, I'd be like, what the fuck is this guy looking at?
And that's my biggest beef with the whole thing is that I cannot call someone out for being a fucking asshole unless they look exactly like me now. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what? Sometimes I'm like hesitant to say certain things because I'm like, I don't want to go viral and be one of these people.
There it is. Now, luckily enough for me, I don't give a shit and I can fucking use my words to defend myself. I literally don't fucking care. But we just live in one of the most fucked up. It's funny to me because we live in the most peaceful time ever worldwide. Even during you know what I mean? Like, colonization wasn't honestly that bad. It was bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the Brits and the Dutch and the fucking Germans were fucking sweethearts about it all.
Oh, hell no.
But it was still one of the most peaceful times ever. Like, once we got out of tribes and we started functioning in societies, we actually became way more fucking peaceful people. But yet I'm still to be made to feel like I'm some kind of fucking barbarian who's, you know what I mean, who came in. I fucking walked into Canada on my own and I fucking gave all the natives fucking smallpox and I'm still, you know, I got my boot on their fucking throats. No, go fuck yourself. Yeah. Go fuck yourself. Fuck everybody. Like, the best thing that could happen in the world is a fucking full-on reset. You know what I mean? Because I'm sorry, even if we all fucking woke up tomorrow looking the exact same, we'd still hate each other.
Well, there'd be a reason to hate because now you have a different voice.
Exactly. We'd still fucking hate each other.
Or now you like ketchup on your eggs and that's weird or something. There's no reason to hate them.
You cheer for the Cleveland Cavaliers and I don't fucking like you.
There'd be a reason.
And that's it, right? Like, and I've said that so many times. Like, I probably hate you. Like, I more than likely fucking hate you. But it's got nothing to do with the color of your skin or your religion. It's probably because you cheer for a sports team that I don't fucking like. If you're a Boston Bruins fan, really I don't fucking like you.
In Arthur's land is really, you support a team I like. Up.
If you're a fan of the Boston Bruins, I don't fucking like you. Facts. I don't give a shit. Like, call me a bigot all you want.
Like my husband then, because he likes Boston. I mean, he's Leafs #1 forever, but he does like Boston. But he likes the horrible Patriots too, who I hate, cheater bitches.
But you know what I mean? I'm just so tired of it, and I'm tired of people thinking that I need to apologize for something I didn't do. I didn't do shit. Like, unless you have me on camera doing it, you're never gonna get me to apologize.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get me to agree with it. You know what I mean? And this poor fucking guy, because we live in an age of such outrage, and everyone's so fucking offended. He's, his career's over with because of a fucking flub. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Exactly.
I mean, I'd love to see these people that I've personally seen wearing shirts that say "kill all whites" lose their fucking jobs, but hey, can't do that now, right? Because only white people can be racist.
Yeah, that's the sad truth. Because we have seen, and it's funny because it's not even just like I'm not even just saying reverse racism against white people. You see people of color hating other people of color.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamaicans don't like the Trinis, and and
have you ever heard a Dominican talk about Haitians?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking like one another, like what I mean. But no, it's a white people thing.
And there's even in say like in India, there's people in their own country of India who don't like somebody because they're in the wrong class or
it's insane. It's insane. It's insane the level of think. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're just a culture. We're just a society.
Yeah, we are a culture of being offended. Because if you're not offended, you don't have a place on the social hierarchy. You need to be offended. So someone like me,
you're not woke if you're not offended, right?
So someone like me who isn't getting offended on other people's behalf, like I'm way low on the totem pole because I just wake up every day and continue on with my fucking life. Like I don't care. Like I literally don't care.
You're too busy trolling the sports pages.
Yeah, right. But like, do actual acts of like racism and hate and violence piss me off? Of course they do. Right. I don't want to see that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would love some hippie stuff. I would love for us all to get along. I would, as much as I talk shit about hippies, but I don't fucking care. I'm not going to be sucked into this outrage culture, as outraged as I am right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not. I'm not going to do it. And I would love to see more people get woke to the fact that you're all just being fucking lied to. Division sells,
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This cough syrup's good.
So let's talk about this next story. I only was alerted to this, I think, 2 days ago, and it's become a really huge story. We're talking about the Saudi woman.
Oh,
her name is, sorry if I say this wrong, people, Rahaf Mohammed Al Kunan.
Yeah.
She's 18 years old. She was on a family trip. I don't know where she was, but Kuwait.
Yeah.
And she managed to sneak away to Bangkok in Thailand, away from her family. And she barricaded herself into the hotel room. She refused to come to the door to officials. I think some Saudi people showed up and were trying to get her to open the door, and she was like, nope. She has renounced Islam.
Yeah.
She says if she goes home, she could be killed by not only her family but her government.
Yep.
And she was going to try to sneak to Australia, but we don't know if that's going to happen. Now, the UN Refugee Agency has gotten involved. She's in their custody right now, in their safe hands, hopefully.
Yeah.
And Australia, UK, America, Canada are the countries that they're trying to get.
From what I was reading on Reddit today about this, Australia is considering giving her asylum.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah.
This is why I preach it all the time, that we need completely secular governments. Like, you cannot have any government that is fucking based off religion, because it's fair that if this girl goes home, not only can her family honor kill her, but the government's fucking, whatever they're called, the piety police or whatever the fuck it is over there, can fucking execute this poor girl in the middle of the street, all because her beliefs don't line up with theirs. That is so fucked up.
Yeah.
So fucked up.
Well, and this is the scary thing. So, like, I mean, you know, you get these odd stories. You know, one or two women every once in a while are able to sneak away. There's a story they talked about another girl who did manage to get away.
Yeah.
The government did catch her and brought her back home, and she hasn't been seen again.
Oh, of course not.
And I mean, it's just going to make traveling that much harder for Saudi women.
Yep.
Anybody who does want to get away.
There's still a few of the girls from Iran that participated in the hijab protest that they have no idea where they are. They were seen on camera removing their headdresses and, you know, waving them around in defiance, and no one knows where they are. Now, again, like, I'm not one to tell anyone how to run their fucking country because I'm not a politician. What the fuck do I know? Yeah. I'm just some guy in Canada that's bombed out on cough syrup.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't understand how anybody can say this is okay. Like, you know what I mean? I don't get it.
Though I give her so much credit,
absolutely.
And you know, good for her. Because I mean, it takes a lot to stand up, not just to your family,
no,
to a whole country and a way of life.
Right, one of the most oppressive regimes in the fucking world, and they know it. You know, like they fucking know what it's like there. But yeah, no, it definitely takes more balls than what I have. You know? Like seriously, I'm not even fucking ashamed to admit that. Like I doubt I would have the strength to fucking stand up like that.
Well, and just to think the way she's thinking, you know what I mean? Like it's so ingrained into a lot of women in Saudi Arabia, like to not even question anything because you know it's just a way of life, and for her to say no,
it's great.
She's even saying like her dad keeps his passport with him all the time. He puts it next to him when he sleeps. Like, you know, like that's even the father's super controlling, you know?
Of course. It's
all the good luck to her. I hope she ends up in a safe country.
Yeah.
And,
no, absolutely. You know, I do.
Now the only worry is hopefully there's not a crazy person from Saudi, like, you know, what happened to Khashoggi. Yeah. His name. You know, like hopefully she's not.
Well, just don't go into the Saudi consulate in Turkey. You should be okay. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I wouldn't go to any consulate, Saudi consulate anywhere. I would, you know, try to stay on.
Well, the only good thing is, and I mean, as fucked as this is going to say, or this is going to sound, if something does befall her while she has asylum in a country that doesn't run on barbaric fucking rituals, it will force the UN and the world to retaliate. We have to retaliate. If not, you know, what was this whole war on terror? You know what I mean? Because this is literal fucking terror. Terror and terrorism isn't just something that happens to fucking Westerners. You know what I mean? Like the main fucking victims of terror and terrorism are people that are living under these oppressive regimes. And if we can't fucking stand up after some bullshit like that, you know what I mean? Even with Khashoggi, you know, I was not very happy with the world's fucking, you know, how we reacted to that. I mean, there should have been real outrage.
Shrug. You know, literally. That's not right. But it was just a shrug.
Yeah. Oh well, it's just their culture. Well, no, that's not acceptable anymore. Like that's not acceptable
its culture
anymore.
Is hacking people to death and being allowed to be in the Human Rights Council and
not be in it, lead it,
run it, control it.
Yeah. That's some fucked up shit right there. But I mean, again, tell me that the fucking UN isn't a for-profit organization.
Yeah. And we already know how many corrupt people are on these leading UN, you know, whatever they call them.
It's so sad. Like, it's so sad because it's true. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that fucking dude that's just shitting on other fucking places because they believe something different or they live their lives differently.
I don't shit on Canada too.
Oh, I do. I shit on Canada more than I shit on fucking anywhere, except for maybe the States. I love shitting on the States. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't like being this dude. I don't. Because it's fair. I'm not a part of that fucking religion. So I don't have a right to say, like, hey, you know, maybe it's not right that you treat women like property. But if it's fucking cool to them, then fuck whatever. Yeah. But, I mean, there's just...
But here's the thing. If you want to be in a global world dealing with Western civilizations, right? It's all well and good for us to say we can't tell you how to be, but then maybe you don't get to be the leader of the Human Rights Council.
There it is. You know, I've said it before. It's either there has to be a base level of like respect for human rights if you want to be involved in the UN, or hit the fucking road. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, I don't understand how we would implement something like that, and even saying something like that could be seen as being bigoted or hateful or what have you. But I just don't see any other way.
Is a lot of these societies have regressed. I mean, you think about, and they always bring it up, but you think about Afghanistan and Iran in the 50s and 60s and 70s before these really hardcore regimes came in. And I mean, the women, some wore hijab, some did not, but they could go to colleges and they had jobs, and I mean, you see Muslim women around the world in the Western societies, and my endo doctor is a Muslim. She's fantastic. I work with many Muslim women. They have a chance to be all they can be in a country where they can be all they can be.
But they
and they can still wear their hijabs, or they don't, and that's the thing. They have freedom to choose and be what they want to be.
Right, and it's kind of the thing that kind of blows my mind about this whole thing, because especially let's face it, most of it's on religious grounds, and with all the Abrahamic religions, it all predicates on the fact that God gave us free will. We have the right to choose, right? That's what makes us different than animals, at least in my understanding. So how the fuck can you agree with somebody taking away your freedom to choose? I mean, isn't that a God-given right? Like, that's a God-given right, and you are just allowing someone to make the choice for you? No.
And that's the thing, is like a lot of these suppressive governments, it's not even, I mean, obviously it's the worst thing to be a woman there.
Yeah.
But, some of the men aren't faring any better either.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
The government's still telling you what you can and cannot do.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, my government tells me what I can and cannot do, but I still have the freedom to fucking stand out on Queen's Park and fucking show my ass, though. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's, we're kind of saying, like, Khashoggi was writing articles that criticized MSB.
Yeah.
Right? And he got, severed. He got killed and he got dismantled. Look what people say every night on TV about Trump, or people say on the internet about and these people are still living and not in jail.
Yeah.
You should be able to take some criticism in life without having to retaliate and cut somebody up.
And that's one of the things I find so funny with especially a lot of the Trump haters, and even some of the idiots with Trudeau. You know what I mean? Because they sit around and they talk like we live under one of these oppressive regimes, but you have the right to fucking say all this stuff.
You're not in jail. I see some very questionable comments about Trump and Trudeau, which to me, in my opinion, like, you're lucky CSIS or, Secret Service is not knocking on your door.
Right. And I mean, as I've said plenty of times, if I'm not on CSIS's watch list, our government has fucking failed us.
Well, I don't know about I'm not confident in CSIS.
It's true, though. Like, it's funny how much we take this shit for granted, sitting here fucking safe in our homes, and I don't know.
Exactly. And in other parts of the world, literally you can disappear in moments and never be heard from again, and nobody questions it.
No one says a goddamn thing.
And that's not just, we're not just talking about in Saudi or a Muslim country. That can be in a South American country. That can be an African country. That can be in Russia.
I don't even know what the fucking Chinese believe, but you want to talk about disappearing people?
Oh, God, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea what the fuck it is they even believe.
Million Muslims?
Speaking of which, 13 Canadians have now been arrested and detained by the Chinese government over us fucking doing a favor for the Americans, and that fucking orange-faced motherfucker won't even stand up for us.
No, of course not. But you know what I find weird or coincidental? I don't know. I mean, I used to have I can't say this word, Huawei phone. Huawei, say that? Huawei phone.
Yeah.
Great phone. It was a great phone. But I mean, nobody ever knew what that was. And then the minute that lady got arrested in Canada, they're running hockey night in Canada, and I see their commercials, and I see them at the movie theaters. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. No, but I'm not happy about that. 13 Canadians illegally fucking detained by a goddamn government that is just salty over the fact that they broke a fucking law, and we tried, because they're selling to Iran. They broke sanctions. They broke UN sanctions. And if Canada's supposed to, right? If Canada, if we are the country that we fancy ourselves as peacekeepers, as people that want to be a world leader
law abiders, yes.
You know what I mean? And yet our greatest ally can't even say like, hey, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what to do or what to say. You know what I mean? Like, it's so messed up that we just keep doing what we believe is right. And I can't see many people thinking that what we're doing isn't right. And we just get left in the dust.
Well, and I love some of the comments I'm seeing, because I mean, and I really honestly asked a question. He's like, oh, We need a stronger leader. Trudeau can't deal with these. And I'm like, well, like, and I said to him, I'm like, in all honesty, in the comment, I'm like, what would you have him do?
What would you have him do? We can't invade China.
We can't outgun them.
Right? Well, we can outgun them.
They've got, you know, 100 times our population, whatever. I don't even.
Oh, yeah.
1,000 times our population. We're not going to outman them.
No.
We're not going to send in like some, you know, special ops team, even if we could get them.
No.
You got to send in 13 different missions to get these people.
Right.
It's not going to happen. Like, I don't know what more we can do but diplomatic, you know, communications and hope that something happens, because like this is just when you deal with the bear of China, right? This is what it is. And
that's it.
China can essentially do whatever the fuck. I mean, we can't stop Russia from taking a whole piece of a country.
Exactly.
Can we stop China from taking 13 Canadians?
China has essentially economically butt-fucked the entire world. Like, seriously. And if any of us go against them, we are essentially looking at financial ruin.
Yeah.
All of our money is tied up through that fucking country. Like, all of our fucking...
Americans were scared about all the tariffs that Donald Trump put on China.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's fair. It's absolutely fair. You know, but it's like, we can't allow this shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm as much as I fucking hate Trudeau, and I don't think Trudeau is the man for the fucking job. That's not the problem here, Canadians. Like, that's not the problem. You know, we need to fucking unite as a goddamn people, and we need to start fucking making our voices heard about this shit. We need to stop buying Chinese products, even if it means it's gonna fucking hurt us in the wallet.
Yeah.
You know, I would love, and I mean, I would fucking love to see us start rounding up fucking Chinese. Like, and I don't mean like, you know, immigrants that are here or what have you. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about people that got fucking actual fucking business holdings in China that are, you know, that are here, that are enjoying our fucking freedoms and shit, and deporting them.
Yeah.
Seriously, you know, I understand that's a disgusting thing to do, and you look at the optics of mass deportations that's happening just south of our border. It's not a nice fucking sight. But we can't take this shit no more. Like, I'm tired of us being seen as weak. I really am. I know Canadians. I'm a fucking Canadian. We're not weak people.
No.
We're not weak people, but yet the world sees us as weak, and we can't have that shit anymore.
Yeah. Something needs to be done. I don't know what it is, honestly. Something 100% needs to be done because, you know.
I'm just tired of it.
Canadians, I hate to say it, stop going to China for now.
Yeah.
You know? Don't go there because it's not going to be safe for you. Also, I did read, I don't know if it's going to come true, but basically the Chinese government has told the prime minister or president of Taiwan, like, we're coming for you, basically. Like, basically saying, like, that government's going to be gone and they will be under Chinese law.
What's even the point of having a UN if we're going to allow this kind of shit? Like, what are we doing? Why is Canada giving $7 billion a year to this bullshit group of fucking idiots if this stuff's going to be allowed? You know what I mean? No one's fucking safe. Nobody's safe. And
take
for what?
$7 billion and make our own freaking space force and our own, you know, military.
And for what, though? You know what I mean? Like, even the Americans, like, I'm surprised that the Americans aren't more up in arms about this shit, because China, like, you are literally going to be fucking China in a few years if you guys just keep ignoring them. Like, literally, they're going to be fucking China. They're not
worried about China. They're worried about the Mexicans at the gate.
Yeah, it's so dumb. It's so fucking dumb.
All the distraction.
Oh, goddamn.
Okay, well, let's go out on, I don't know, maybe we'll need to go another story. I don't know how long we'll talk about this, but this is, I don't want to say funny, but it's kind of an amusing story, I guess. So we got a guy from California, Vacaville, I don't know, close to Sacramento. So this guy, he went out and spent $30 on a scratch ticket for Christmas time. He hoped that he would win, you know, a little bit extra money for the holidays. So he got excited because he thought he won, $10,000. So he told his two roommates about it. Big mistake. So the next day he went to cash the ticket, and he was told it wasn't a winning ticket and that the scratch ticket had been altered. So he was then suspicious, and he went to the police and he said, I think my roommate did something with my ticket.
Yeah.
The next day, the roommate shows up in Sacramento at the lottery place to cash almost the exact same ticket, but instead of a $10,000 prize, it was $10 million. So this roommate had stolen a $10 million ticket.
Oh my God!
What? I mean, you can't really blame a guy for trying.
Like, are you surprised though? Like the shit people do with their fucking greed. Like, no, if you ever win money, if you ever come into money, just shut the fuck up. Like, literally, shut up. You know, I've always said, like, if I ever hit that fucking lottery, you're not going to hear from me for a month until I got an accountant and lawyers and everything is fucking shored up, so not a single fucking person can try to sue me.
Phone number, so people can't call me.
Nothing. Like, I'm sorry. Like, would I share the wealth? Absolutely. Just knowing some of the people that I goddamn know. No, you're not going to find out nothing.
Some of my people aren't getting my wealth. I'd be like, fuck you. You were nothing to me in life. You're nothing to me in debt.
Right, but you know what I mean, though. Like,
I shut down the No Frills I work at, so I could take all the girls out for like a great freaking weekend vacation to, I don't know, someplace, Vegas or someplace, and everybody have like just a fun time. And he'd have no cashier, so he'd have to shut down.
Yeah, no, it's so sad. Like, it's so sad that we value fucking wealth so much that we're willing to fuck somebody over like that and lie and steal. You know what I mean? Like,
but I can remember the really famous case in Ontario where the lady stole the ticket while her husband was sleeping. They were married, and she stole the ticket and left him, and like a month and a half she tried to cash the ticket, or she did cash the ticket, and of course that went to trial, and you know, they ended up splitting it because it was, I think she even had less than half because she'd stolen it.
No, it's messed up. Like, it's so messed up. I mean, I guess I understand, because again, like, wealth is everyone's dream. Like, we all want to be wealthy, especially that kind of wealthy. $10 million. Who the fuck wouldn't want to be worth $10 million?
What, a scratch ticket? What the hell? I'm buying the wrong scratch tickets, by the way.
Exactly. But it's fucked up. It's so messed up, because it is kind of the norm with this type of stuff, you know?
If you ever win the lotto, do not hide your ticket in the freezer. That's where everybody hides it, and that's where the robbers are going to look.
I mean, how would the robbers know unless you're out there running your fucking mouth?
Well, some people run their mouths.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Just
I had a scratch ticket that I won, and basically the way it was is like I won 3 spins, and like, okay, go to the store, and when you're there, watch the screen, and you might get a bigger spin, and you can win up to $1 million. I'm like, oh my god! Like, even if I won like $200, I was like signing the ticket and writing my name on the back. And
absolutely.
Because what if I got like a big win? What if my ticket was worth $500,000 and I have to go down to the OLG headquarters and somebody in the store saw me with my $500,000 ticket? They're gonna rob me.
You're gonna get robbed.
I'm in Scarborough.
Exactly. You're gonna get robbed. Even if you went to a more affluent neighborhood in Toronto, someone still tried to rob you. Just because my personal worth is $6 million doesn't mean I don't want your 10.
Exactly.
And human beings, as I keep saying, we're fucking scum. We're scum. We are bullshit. We don't give a fuck about anyone.
Stories we've been hearing about, like, say, Mother Teresa, right? She's going to be a saint. She's been beautified. She's going to be a saint. And we hear about how she stole babies and sold them.
Yeah. Right? We're all scum. Like, we're all fucking, none of us are above that shit. Like, even me with my fucking outrage right now, I can't say that I'm above that shit.
Yeah.
I really can't. Because, I mean, $10 million, that's fucking tempting. That's absolutely tempting.
If you really thought you could get away with it.
Exactly.
I mean, who wouldn't? The problem is trying to get away with it. That's the thing, that in today's society, you know, I can't go to your house and you say, hey, look, I have a ticket. And then suddenly I show up with the winning ticket 2 days later. You know, nobody's dumb enough that they can't put 2 and 2 together and realize that Jacqueline stole Arthur's ticket.
No, and I don't understand why you would scratch a ticket, win, and then wait. No, call the lottery office right then and there. Like, right then and fucking there. Like, call them.
Sign the ticket. Write your name. Especially if it's like, you know, I mean, a couple $100 you don't write your name on. But I mean, if I thought I'd won 10 grand, I'd be shitting bricks. I wouldn't sleep. I'd hold that ticket in a plastic baggie in my drawers.
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know, you want to get that ticket. We're going through something.
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, it's insane. It's insane. Yeah. But, I mean, it is kind of the norm. I've heard stories of people being kidnapped for their winning lottery tickets and shit like that, you know?
Well, even just as winners afterward. Like, if you go on TV and you're in a place where you have to show your face and you just happen to be walking, you live in the same house, like, you know, you didn't move, somebody kidnaps you and makes you go to the ATM or gets your family to get money for you. I've seen that happen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, human beings, we're fucking scum. Don't anybody think you're above that shit, because you're not. You know, because you're not. It's messed up, you know. It really is, because we all have those lottery dreams. That's why we fucking play the lottery. Like, you know.
Oh, absolutely. When the lottery was like $500 million in America,
yeah,
I believe I sent money down to my friend to buy me some tickets.
Absolutely.
I wanted to go down last time. I'm like, Scott, let's just drive down. It was a Sunday. I'm like, let's just drive down. It's an hour and a half away. And he's like, no.
Yeah. Well, even in Dublin, the lottery is at like 114 million euro, and I was like, fuck.
What?
Yeah, but I wasn't eligible to play.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's huge. 114 million euro. It's just over 200 million Canadian.
Wow, wee zowie.
Right?
Like, we're happy that our lotto's going up to 70 million.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't be fucking too upset by that, you know? But
no, tax free.
Yeah. But I wouldn't tell anybody. Like, I wouldn't.
No, like, honestly, I'd tell my husband, I'd go and claim it. I'd probably tell my kids, and I'd go and claim it. And then we would go somewhere, whether it's just to rent a hotel in downtown Toronto or something. And we would stay there till it was, like you said, all sorted out.
Yep. See, I wouldn't even tell the kids. I wouldn't tell anybody, because I can't trust people to keep their fucking mouth shut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'd basically be on the way to the lotto place with the ticket and the kids. And that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not telling you, but like if I went on Saturday night and I have to wait till Monday for the lotto office to open, I'm not saying anything until Monday morning. No one's going to school or work. Let's go.
Yeah, no, you're shutting your mouth. You're like, I'm disconnecting all the fucking internet.
Yes.
Like, you're living in the dark ages.
I would sleep for 2 days. No. Like, honestly, I wouldn't sleep. I'd be losing my shit.
Yeah, first thing I say is
the house would burn down. Like, everything. Like I said, I would put it in a plastic baggie and stick it in my drawers, because I'm not going to leave it there. No one's gonna get it past me to get to it.
Yeah, no, it's nuts. But I mean,
oh my god, Arthur! If I ever win like $100 million on the lotto, we're gonna have a great weekend. But I'm not doing like that crazy shit you do. I'll just do like some.
What do you mean? No, fuck that. Let's party. Ooh.
I can't party like that. I'm old. I'll have a heart attack. I got like the high blood pressure and shit. You kill me on like my first weekend.
Oh yeah, that's
trick me. I'll be all stoned. Arthur tricks me into making him my heir.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, like, we all have the lottery dreams, and I have to say it to people all the time when they talk to me about their lottery dreams. Like, oh, I'd give this person this, and I'd give this person that. Like, that's the dumbest fucking thing you can start doing.
Don't even say that, because then someone will see you 25 years later and say, remember that time you said you'd give me 10 grand?
Exactly. Like, it's
that's
so
why I just say,
funny.
I'll buy you a treat, or I'll take you on a trip, because that's easy. Trip can be a trip to Niagara Falls.
So my wife's cousin's wife, the people we traveled with, she's an English teacher, and me and her actually had a really good conversation while we were in Dublin about people not understanding language and the power of language, and how you can fuck yourself so hard if you don't choose the right words. And that's one of the funny things about this whole lottery thing, because if you say to someone, oh, well, if I won this, I would give you this, well, guess what? That's not now legally binding.
I'll take care of you,
right?
Like, I have people legally all the time at work. Oh, I'll come back and take care of you. Like, okay.
Yeah, well, I can fucking sue you now. Like, I have every legal right to take your ass to court and make that fucking claim. And people are too fucking dumb to realize that.
Yeah.
Language is powerful. Like, it's very powerful, and you have to be careful with promises made.
Verbal,
right?
You know.
That's why I don't ever say I will do anything. Yeah. I won't do a motherfucking thing. We'll see. You know what I mean? But I'll never tell you that I will do something.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you $1 million. No, fuck you.
Because chances are I'm fucking lying anyway. I ain't doing shit. The fuck's wrong with you? You know?
I gotta find you to serve you, Arthur.
Yeah. Well, and that. But no, it's messed up. I mean, it'd almost be a burden to win that much kind of money.
You know what? You do see some people really suffering from it.
Yep.
You know, you see some people that live and they have a proper normal life, but I think that, you know. Yeah.
I just think of, like, you know, now you got cousins that you never knew existed popping out of the woodwork thinking they got a fucking claim to it. You know, like, it's just, yeah.
I have, like, full blood relations that wouldn't get 1 red cent.
Yeah. I've made my plans. Man. You know, if I hit that fucking, the tops here in Canada, which is 60 million, I've made my plans. Man. Everyone's getting a fucking trust fund, which can only be used on fucking car payments, insurance, and a fucking mortgage. You ain't getting cash, motherfuckers.
Reasonable. And that's a reasonable, you know,
right.
Like I said, I would do a big family party.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, I would take all the family someplace where everybody kind of wants to go, or where I want to go, and you just have to come if you want to come. And then I would think about it. I mean, obviously, I do things like pay off my mother-in-law's mortgage, but she doesn't have a house anymore. But
yeah.
You know, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not like handing out 100
No.
grand to Arthur, and I'm not handing out 100 grand to Stephanie.
And that's another place where people start getting really fucked up, right? Because if you give one person more than another, then guess what? They now have the legal right to take your ass to fucking court.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny to me because it's always people without money that end up winning the lottery, right? Which is the dream. Like that's the whole fucking point of it. But because you don't have money and you're kind of just uninformed with finances, you end up in like they always end up in these stupid fucking situations that could have been handled if you would have just shut your fucking mouth and went and talked to a lawyer and an accountant.
Well, and here's the thing too, like let's face it, like especially our family, we're all poor trash. We never had $1 million.
Oh fuck no!
Right? So suddenly I hand, you know, Sister Patty, or Sister Patty hands me, you know, $25,000.
Yeah.
You're not going to do right by that. That shit's going to be wasted. And then in like, you know, 2 years, you're going to be looking for more.
It's why I always said that I wouldn't give cash out. I wouldn't give cash. I wouldn't.
That's smart. That's a really good idea.
Like people would be taken care of. Don't get me wrong. People would be taken care of.
Nephews could go to school.
Right.
I would really like if you want to go to school or.
But that was my other caveat. All my younger cousins would have to show up to the bank with a fucking high school diploma to even get their trust fund.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be fucked because I don't even have one of those, but whatever. But no, it's, you know, again, we all have the dreams, and I'll never tell someone to not play the lottery, but
I mean, like, please don't go broke to play the lottery, but you know, when it gets big and you got an extra $20, go for it.
I just
Someone's got to win.
Yeah, I just want people that do play the lottery to understand that you have to take care of yourself. Like you have to have your fucking the I's dotted and the T's crossed. Like you have to, or else someone's going to sue you. Don't
try to manage your money. Have a lawyer and a money manager person. And make sure they're separate and they're held accountable.
Oh yeah,
they will steal your money too. And don't feel the need, like, you know, like when all these charities come crying to you, you know, and you're not just your family, but charities come out of the woodwork. You don't have to give money to those people just because you have it.
No.
If it's a charity you've always supported your whole life, you just keep giving to them.
Yeah, just because your one buddy did really well at his job does not mean you should invest in him.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, that's probably not a smart idea.
Don't invest in anything unless it's a cannabis shop. That's the only place you're going to make money.
Amazon.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Jeff Bezos is single. We should get Ryan to marry him. He's getting divorced.
Yeah, get on it, bud.
Come on, Ryan. Okay, so let's end the show. We went late talking about the lotto. Thanks for listening. We'll be back Monday, I assume, if Arthur doesn't have more tickets to the hockey game.
No, I think I should be here.
Okay, well, feel better.
Thank you.
And thanks for listening, and have a great week. Bye.
Take care.